Nintendo told me not to play Palworld, and as a huge Pokemon fan, I thought it'd only be fair if I gave the game a chance, at least before Nintendo decides to sue it to the ground. And that's exactly what I did. For the last couple of days, I've been playing Palworlds non-stop, and let me just say it had me absolutely addicted. So if you like this type of content, comment, like, and subscribe, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. After a couple of minutes of fixing my world and trying to understand what my character creation should be, we started in our world. Alright, so it looks like I'm waking up. I see a chicken, a sheep, and a cat. And I got scared off, okay. It just fucking face plants. Look at that sunburn on my thigh. God damn, how long have I been out there? Just grab my iPad and just walk away. Yeah, no need to worry about the 3 animals we just saw. The first thing I'll say is the game is relatively intuitive, at least for me because I'm a gamer. And if you're not, maybe it might be a little harder. I don't know what to tell you. But I knew nothing of the game besides the fact that people said it was like Pokemon and the fact that you can throw balls and catch things. Yeah, I guess that really does sum up Pokemon, doesn't it? With that in mind, as I look through my character menu, turns out that there's this thing called technology. And technology, it looks like goddamn engrams from Ark. And oh boy, this was a turning point for your boy. Technology. Ooh, this looks like engrams. Whoa, primitive workbench. Engrams from Ark is crazy. Not sure why my gay voice activated, but it did. I got that excited. Do you want to know why this was so crazy to me? It's not because I just want Wildcard and Pokemon to tag team the shit out of Palworld creators. No, it's because I was an addict for Ark. When I tell you that I quite literally, not even almost, I missed my ACT to defend my base in Ark. I want you to hear me again. In high school, instead of going to my second ACT, I said, that, I'd rather defend my base in Ark than potentially go to college. Yeah, not my brightest decision. So how does this tie back to Palworlds? Well, if you put a little bit of Pokemon and a little bit of Ark, you get a little bit of Palworlds. But if you put a little bit of John, you get a full-blown addiction. And that is what I'm struggling with now. But it's all good for the video, right? Enough of our woes, let's go back to the game. You see, Palworlds was easy to understand because really you just had to follow the quest line on the top right, and since I was an Ark veteran, building and survival games, that is my shit. But more important than all of that is the pals. You see, they're the ones who make the game what it is. Get over here. Where are you running? Where are you running? These little guys are the funnest things I've ever had. I absolutely adore them. They are hilarious, they're useful, and when you kill them, I die cracking up because they are twitching the entire time. It is actually really messed up. My girlfriend did not like me killing a chicken. And they let me live my childlike dreams to have my own little Pokemon monsters. Except it's not Pokemon, it's pals. And as a matter of fact, at one point, I even stopped referring to a lot of this stuff as Pokemon because Palworlds deserves its respect. Now I refer to them as my pals or little buddies. So how's the early game? Well, if I had known, I may have slowed down the XP rate because you level up rather quickly. Most of the items that you end up getting in the beginning don't necessarily become obsolete, but the armor and weapons you use, those do. The building stuff, that never gets obsolete because I love building and I love anything and everything because everything has its uses. I personally did increase the difficulty rate. I just love playing games on difficult mode, what can I say? A masochist at heart. But I didn't artificially make the game harder, as in making my enemies bullet sponges because I was doing so little damage, so I kept that neutral. Same thing for the gathering. I was not about to slave away for literally no reason or gain. Even in Ark Official, as you upgrade you get more items, but in this game it seemed like it didn't really matter, you just get less stuff overall, so yeah, not really fun. Pals for the most part were easy to get, and that's mainly because it was the early parts of the game. As we increased levels and things got a little bit more dicey, it wasn't as easy. He kind of want to try this stupid, I don't know why I did that. You can capture him. What the fuck? Can you really? I'm trying to capture him. Well, he's dead. So all of that was the early game survival stuff. What about building? Oh, damn, that has got me by the balls. I am addicted, sir. I can't stop building. I need help. Seriously, cutting down trees and breaking down rocks has never been funner. Well, you know, I did play Minecraft and Ark, so there's that. I genuinely did love building, and the fact of the matter is, I'm no longer alone. Unlike Ark, where I had to do everything for the tribe, you all know who you are, I finally have a couple of friends who can help me out. They cut down trees, they can break rocks, they can transport, and as a matter of fact, they can even help craft stuff for you. So yeah, building, that was absolutely the key takeaway out of this whole entire experience for me, because it was the best. But I don't want you to think that I'm glazing the hell out of the Palworld creators game. Here are some issues that I quickly saw in building. For one, the goddamn stairs and ladders and roofs, can we just like make it easy to snap? It was such a pain to start from the bottom up. Secondly, the PAL box. It was big at the start, and very quickly the limitations started to show, because when I wanted to build something massive, yeah, you can't really overlap them, or if you do, I mean, I haven't really looked on videos for it, so it was a pain in the ass. It was not exactly what I would like. I personally think they should increase the radius of it because, well, it's a builder's heaven. If anything, what I noticed was since it's a circle and it's smaller, I'm assuming you build more up than you do to the sides, but that does make some things hard and limited. And honestly, I would rather not have the PAL box area at all. I just want the PAL box. Let me build wherever. I think that would be the best thing for solo. If it's for multiplayer, I completely understand. I mean, it makes things a little bit easier to get your own spot, but even then, I mean, just start making it like Ark and have wars and shit. I don't know. The gameplay itself is rather simple. I mean, you just roll. It took me forever to learn that you could duck / even slide, so that was crazy to me. Jumping is easy. The fighting mechanics aren't really difficult, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it seems like the early game weapons, for the most part, it's not as best as your companions. Your pals will mostly do the damage, especially if it's in higher difficulties. It just seems to be the better option, but who knows, maybe higher tier weapons completely throws that over its stomach. I don't know much about the controversies, I'll be honest with you, but I'm assuming if anything it has to do with the character models. There was a few times that I looked at stuff and I said, oh hey, that looks like so-and-so from Pokemon. And even some of the mechanics like the ball throwing, which fair enough, I get it. I mean, I don't know, that one's tricky, but it did feel very Pokemon Arceus like, not going to lie to you. Personally, should they get sued for it? I mean, it's just such a bad look on your company. I don't know, especially when people are really enjoying the game. I could see it, you know, as protecting your assets and what you've created, but you are literally the #1 IP if I remember correctly, so this is to no threat of you. But then again, I guess you don't make it to #1 without being absolutely ruthless. Who would have known Team Rocket is holding up the fort? So as a huge Pokemon fan, I have to say this. Palworld is worth playing. It is without a doubt in my mind a huge competitor to Pokemon and really outlines the many flaws they have. Because Palworld is very much focused on some of the fun aspects of the game. It doesn't hinder you into this childlike persona, even though we've seen time and time again that Pokemon can be dark. Palworld allows you creative freedom, allows you to build, allows you to do all these things that honestly, had Pokemon taken advantage of since day one, we could have seen a huge boon for them. But this was their missed chance, and this is the competitive market that they're in. And as of recently, the Pokemon games aren't great. As a matter of fact, this time around, it's actually one of the first times I won't be pre-ordering Pokemon ZA, because although there's a lot of excitement for the game, after Scarlet and Violet with the performance issues, I don't exactly trust the company to make sure that the game doesn't come out with a bunch of flaws. And if you're forcing me to buy the Switch 2, which is its own horrendous mess up, I don't know how I'll feel about that. I got Palworlds for like $30 on sale. Meanwhile, these new Pokemon games might come out to being $80 because Nintendo's a piece of shit. And for any re-releases, for all we know, they could make it so that's $60. Yeah, good thing I'm buying the physical copies again because I'm almost done with all of them. And really, my final argument is that when I buy a game, I want to have fun with it. I want it to run smoothly, at least as best as possible, and I want it to be as complete as it can. And Palworlds does that and more because they're updating it every other time, including new things like the Terraria update, which I haven't even gotten to, or even the end game really, so I can't wait to do that. Meanwhile, Pokemon, it just feels so stagnated. It's making me sad. I mean, to be honest, I actually prefer Pokemon Go at this point. Somehow that feels more like old school Pokemon than the new new ones, which is sad. So yeah, I hope Pocket Pair, Palworlds, all the best. I really do wish them the best. I wish them that they can continue as they are because the game is just great and I'm having a blast with it. And if there's endgame stuff later on, that's even better for me. But I hope this is a kick in the ass for Pokemon. I will start reading up on all of its controversies to have a better understanding of what really it is that they're doing, because it sounds like really Nintendo is the one in the wrong for the most part. And with that, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Do expect Forever World for Palworlds, and you guys get to watch that because I enjoy the video and it'll be great. So join me for that adventure. And until next time, Johnny Shrimp is out. I suck at dodging these. Dang, there's more. Oh, there's so much more of them. Oh, thank you, buddy. Ow, it actually hit me. Oh, hell no. I'm out. I'm not out. I'm back. I'm back in. Oh my god, this shit hurts. I'm not gonna lie, my toes were clutched. Holy shit, there's so much stuff to farm here.